Hello, my name is Frank Peters and I'm honored to speak today to Dr. Sagar Lonial, who wrote an essay titled A Sense of Purpose for the book The Big Casino. Welcome, Dr. Lonial. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
In the beginning of your essay, you describe a question that has been puzzling you in your early career, and that question is what determines the course of a given patient? And what I would like to ask you is, have you found the answer to that question?
Yeah, I think it's a mixed answer. So on the scientific side of what we do, it is biology and genetics and DNA and mutations. But I think that there's another non-biologic response to that question, and that is there's a patient's sense of drive. There's a patient's sense of what I call purpose in the essay that I think motivates them and can sometimes overcome those traditional biologic answers about good or bad outcomes for patients.
Can you give a couple of examples of patients where you felt that purpose really makes a difference?
Yeah, so I've been fortunate to take care of a lot of really courageous patients, and I can think of examples that I listed in the chapter that patients with very bad aggressive myeloma who were willing to go to whatever ends they needed to go for treatment, as long as we could give them some time to live their purpose. So in one example that I mentioned, there's an older gentleman whose favorite thing in the week was to pick his grandson up from school and spend 2 hours in the afternoon with him. And he said, "I'll do whatever you want me to do, just give me that 2 hours." That for him was the motivation to keep fighting and doing. And if I took that away from him, there would be no purpose for him.
In your essay, you also mentioned that throughout your career, Dr. Ken Anderson has been a mentor for you, and that he has also helped you to take a next step. Can you tell me what that next step was and how your patients are benefiting from that?
Yeah, so I always saw myself as a cancer researcher, even back in high school. And the idea of the laboratory side of what I did, I really liked it, and I knew that that's what I wanted to really focus on. And I became frustrated early on in my career because I felt like the laboratory work was a means to an end of itself.
Yep. That
you couldn't take that work and make it have an impact on what happened in the clinic. And that's when I was influenced by Dr. Anderson, who very nicely demonstrated the idea that the whole point of laboratory work is to make science work for patients. And once that clicked, once you say, yes, I'm going to do this test in the lab, my goal of this test is not to get a grant funded and then go back and do more tests in the lab. My goal is to do this and then make it a drug or make a treatment that can change a patient's life. That was a sort of a bit of a light bulb, I think, for me.